point, I would like to indicate that we're about to start officially this press conference, media conference for the National Independence Committee. As we all know, independence will be celebrated on the 27th of October this year, when we'll be celebrating our 44th anniversary. But the celebrations would run throughout the entire month, not just on that date. So today we have a number of persons, promoters and representatives of different organizations who will be sharing with you, the public, what we have in store for Independence 2023. But before we get into all the discussions and the presentations from the various organizations and promoters, I'm going to call on Mr. Ashford Wood to speak on behalf of the National Independence Committee.
Thank you very much, Ezzy Roberts, Mr. Randy Small, a member of the head table and a member of the Independence Committee, all the invited persons here, our friends. I have to single out one, Mr. Jackson Farrell, gentleman whom I wouldn't have known for donkey years, taught me geography at the St. Martin's Secondary School, introduced me to youth group here in Pajak. I know he served many years in the United States on the ex-teachers association. Haven't seen him for years. Every year he come back, he duck me. So after the press conference, I will have a chat with him. Members of the media, especially VC3, who I know is taking this press conference live. This year marks our 44th year as an independent nation. And the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, who we represent here, will continue to collaborate and promote our rich culture, even as we embrace our core values. For our intention is to bond Vincentians, whether it be locally, regionally, or internationally. This, we believe, will continue to enhance our identity and assist with the creation of a marriage with tradition and modern-day approaches. As I said before, this year marks our 44th year as an independent nation. And even while we celebrate this milestone, we have started and we are going to continue to plan for our 45th anniversary. Hence the reason for the theme this year, our resilience, our fortitude, our people, our identity, road to 45. Sound like a road march, eh? We are in the carnival business too. And let me say how pleasing it is to have shared this journey in the past, and as we are now in the present, with most of you in here, because we have always made independence celebration a marriage between our private sector, our semi-government organizations, and the government itself, in that you would hear fetes. We work with the people putting on fetes. You would have the church service. You will have the medical activities. You will have the other cultural activities. We make it our business to work with everyone as we try to develop the independence package. Now, where are we for this year? Where are we for our 44th anniversary? If you walk to Kingston, you would see that we have already started to decorate the city. And this year we are taking it one step further, in that we are going to be putting up some figurines in strategic positions in and around Kingston. For example, pretty soon when you drive across or you walk across the tarmac, you are going to be seeing a figurine, and this one would represent Vinci Mas. And it would basically be saying the Carnival Development Corporation, which is the nation, happy independence. You come up to Sion Hill, you are going to be seeing one representing 9 mornings, saying the same thing. When you hit into the market square in Kingston, one would be there representing harvest, because we know the market represents food. When you go to Beckway, Beckway is known for regatta, sailing. So we're going to have something down there representing that. Leeward, a lot of fish. You hear fish fest in Baga, you hear fish fest in Leyu, you hear fish fest all about the place. So when you hit in the area of Gibson Corner, you are going to be seeing another figurine there representing fish fest. And down in North Leeward, known for sports, known for culture. After all, they produce guys like Fireman, they produce guys like Keswick Williams. So we are going to be having figurines down there representing sports and culture. And all of these would basically be saying, we wish St. Vincent a happy independence. Now that is for 44. And because the man from in the valley might say, where's my figurine? The man from Georgetown might say, where's my figurine? Well, remember we said we starting the planning now, and we're going into 45. So this is where we start. 44, we start in for our 45th anniversary. We're going to be having figurines in all of those areas. As I said, we start the planning now, and we continue into 45. One of the areas that we really put in a lot of emphasis on this year is the reintroduction, and I say reintroduction, we ain't taking credit for it, we ain't taking credit for it at all, is the reintroduction of the Best Village competition as part of this year's program of activities. And we are opening up this to all communities, groups, etc. in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are encouraging the groups to tidy up, put on a colorful display, and highlight the uniqueness of their village, their neighborhood, without taking anything away from its natural beauty. The main objective of this venture is to promote community cleanup and tidiness, to foster camaraderie among villagers, and to beautify the environment. Like every competition, it has categories, and I'm not going deep into them because I want to say to you, farms are out. Communities have already started to do their cleaning up. For example, I like to boast in my community, when you pass around the Spy area, see we start. In Leyu, Leyu has taken it one step further. In fact, they're actually having a best village, a best community competition in Leyu, where if you come from Keisha Road, you would see Keisha Road competing. If you come from down by the seaside, you would see them come doing their own thing, and then they are going to be doing their own judging down there. And then, of course, once they enter this competition, which I know they are, we're going to be moving in and doing the judging also. So we have the categories. It is the best kept surroundings, the best flower garden, best community spirit, best village award would come from those categories. So you now can enter into the best flower garden, and that would be judged separately. You can enter in the best kept surroundings. That would be judged separately. You can be judged for best community spirit. That would be judged separately. And when we put all of them together, we come up with the best village award. very good prizes. The winner walks away with $5,000. The second place walks away with $3,000. The third place walks away with $2,000. That is $10,000. And since we are concentrating on dealing with cleaning, we are going to be giving away things such as wheelbarrows, shovels, cutlasses, etc., etc. So we are encouraging the entire country to come on board. Again, we're starting it this year. And when independence is finished, we are not going to stay there. We're now starting. Because we are going to make it our business to go through the country and encourage persons to keep working at it, so that for our 45th anniversary, we would be right out there, a lot bigger, a lot better than you are seeing in this year for our 44th anniversary. I want to say it gave me pleasure seeing all the different organizations coming here this morning and being part of this press conference. I was told by the Master of Ceremony my time is short because he wants to hear from everybody. So on this note, I just want to say welcome, and we look forward to working with you for our 44th anniversary straight into our 45th anniversary. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ashwell. And to follow on from what Mr. Wood mentioned about the Best Village competition, I know that a lot of persons, based on the promotion that we have, the information that we have put out relative to Best Village competition, it has received, excellent response thus far, and I know that persons are looking forward to being in competition next year. At least you have an entire year ahead in order to plan properly for what you want to do with your villages come next year. To follow on that presentation from Mr. Wood, we're going to have Mr. Rodney Small, who will be sharing with you information on a project called Vibe Out, with another big event that's taking place during the Independence celebration month. Rodney.
Thank you, Ezzy, Master of Ceremonies. Please allow me to adopt the protocol that has been established. Anytime I'm asked to speak on anything that has to do with St. Vincent and Grenadines, it always comes with a great feeling, and it's an honor and privilege. As a member of the Independence Committee, I know persons would have remembered when the Honorable Prime Minister mentioned at the One Family Concert that he would like to see a lot of activities happening within our communities throughout the month of October. And he asked us to come up with a concept note and an initiative and a project that would help to represent what he spoke about. And there and then the committee, the Independence Committee, along with some other stakeholders, which I would mention in my presentation, started the work right away, because we all can agree that we have lost a lot of our community values and spirit, and we don't have a lot of these activities happening within our community. We at the committee level feel that it should be an all year round thing, but we were just going to jumpstart it with the month of October, as we all feel, we all are patriotic during that time. But the name of the project is Vibe Out, an expression of empowerment. Very, very important tagline. Vibe Out, an expression of empowerment, imploring the powerful impact of sports and culture as social agents. Now, in reflecting and developing a society views, beliefs, and values, sports and culture have always played an important role. Both industry has a long history of being utilized as vehicle for social change by both people and groups to promote positive and social change. Sports and culture have proven to be critical in social movements, helping to galvanize support, economic activities, community spirit, and increase visibility. Now, the Vibe Out initiative has two parts, as I mentioned, two agents, sports and culture. So, where the sports element is concerned, we're going to look at some traditional games that are unique to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because we also have to preserve these games that in fact was created within some of our communities and by some of our people, some who are living and some who have gone to the great beyond. But while we're looking at entertainment and sports, we want to create a lot of entertainment with the sports. So while we would have some artists performing, we have some dancers, some drumming, we also want to make sure that the sport is entertaining. So we look at the element of a quick five, which we seek advice from the experts in the sports department. So quick five is the name of the sporting element where the first 5 goal win, the 5 persons per team, 5 minutes per game or 5 minutes per half in the case of football and netball, 5 overs, 5 balls, and of course, as I said, 5 traditional games. So we're playing on the number 5. So you're not going to be there waiting for a long period of time waiting for a game. It's quite quick and entertaining. So if you are a sporting person, you can understand how endurance come into play there, right? So you're going to play until you lose, and then obviously a winner come out. So that particular part is called quick five. Some of these sports that will be highlighted is netball, soccer, street cricket, basketball, and again, as I said, the traditional games such as moral, hopscotch, wrong dodge, you know what I mean? Things that we normally play with in our communities. And each community have its own uniqueness about it. So we're going to look at that. And then, of course, in the case of domino, cards, draft, we are going to use these things to obviously bring the community together. The cultural element, we're going to look at each community and what they're known for culturally. And we're going to place a lot of emphasis on these things within these communities and really help to preserve it, because there are a lot of young people who don't know the history of their community culturally. And of course, sport, because we have a lot of sporting icons within our community that a lot of the young people today, they don't know about them. So outside of the entertainment, we're also educating. So for the cultural part of it, we're calling that This Is We, which is the cultural element, 5 entertainers per community. And these entertainers are going to come from the community. So we're going to feature drum circles, steel orchestras, craft, live bands, open mic, and of course the popular karaoke, dance of competition, and we're going to put some culinary arts inside there, because we know we have some great chefs in our communities and some nice food coming from these communities. Now, some of the players who are involved in these initiatives, as I said, we didn't want to work in isolation as our independence committee, the committee who is responsible for the month of October. So we have persons who are representative from the Independence Committee, the Ministry of Sports, the Ministry of Culture, representative from the Sports Council, representative from National Lotteries, and of course the representative from the police, because we want to make sure that we have some law and order while we're doing these things. And we're going to form subcommittees from each communities, because we know the communities have a lot of sporting and cultural organizations who can help us to activate this. Now, the trick about it, or where a lot of the energy is coming from now, is that we're going to kickstart this from the 20th of October all the way to the 28th. Now, we're not competing or we're not clashing with the existing programs, but we are seeing how we can collaborate and add energy to it. But one thing that we've identified, and we've done a lot of research, so it did not just drop out of the sky, we realized that a lot of our people don't have anything to do after work. So after a long day of work, you go home, it's either time to sleep or whatever you do at home. So we want to start these activities as early as 5 p.m. So after a long day at work, Jano, you can cool off, put on your gaze, and go down and play some quick 5 football. And then by approximately 8 o'clock, the games are done. And then we can, if you feel free to go and patronize the other activities that would happen around that time, feel free to do that. But the idea is really to create a lot of community spirit, a lot of community vibe, bring some economic activities, because you know the shops and the different things that are within the community can benefit from it. So it's really to bring back the community together and empower some of the community and organizations within these different villages and what's not. So those are some of the key stakeholders. As I said, we're going to be depending highly on the community groups to help push the initiatives. We're going to have the officials from the sports department and from the culture department who's going to push the individual programs so that we can have the best quality of these events. Rightfully, we're going to look at the venues carefully in terms of the hard courts and the playing fields to see if we need to take in lights, because as I said, you're going to start from 5 p.m. in the day, and then we move to the latest 8 p.m. because, the next is a working day, and for some persons who have school. So we are very mindful of that. I'm just going to quickly go through the schedule so persons can know where we're going and when we're starting, but our social media campaign would start directly after this press conference. So persons can look out for that. Our campaign is really going to highlight each area. So each area is going to have the individual flyer with all of the activities. Now, the only challenge we had when we started this, we realized that it could be a very long period because we have a lot of communities. So we basically try to see how we can narrow it down, especially just for this year, as it is a new initiative. So we look at featuring the 6 towns and 1 Grenadine island, right? Because if we want to say every community or each constituency, we're looking at approximately about 15 zones or 16 zones, which would really stretch our resources very thin. So we narrowed down to 6 towns and 1 Grenadine island just for this year, because the hope is to have it as an annual thing. And probably by next year, the Independence Committee will just facilitate while the communities execute. So on Sunday, the 22nd of October, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., we're doing football, netball. Now, mind you, as I said, all the traditional games would happen in all of the areas. But based on advice from the sporting experts, there are certain communities who are known for certain sports. Right, so for example, if we're going to Bel Air, we would not do all the sports in Bel Air because Bel Air probably is known for cricket and not netball. So that's how we decided to do it. So again, October 22nd, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., football, netball, Beckway, Clive Tannis Hardcourt. On Monday, October 23rd, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., we're doing netball, soccer, cricket at Georgetown Chile Hardcourt. Tuesday, October 24th, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., we're doing soccer, basketball, netball, and cricket at the Calico Hardcourt and at the Daphne playing field. So in that case, we're doing 2 venues in one night because of the size of the community, and Daphne is known for the dominoes and the cricket, and Calico is known for the cultural element. So we decided to split that particular day. On October 25th, Wednesday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., we have soccer and netball at the Leo Hardcourt. Thursday, October 26th, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., we have soccer and netball at the Curtains Hardcourt, Barley. Friday, October 7th, which is Independence Day, we would start at 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., which is soccer, cricket, netball. And I must add that is the day when there's a national, international match at the Annisville playing field. So we started early in the morning to accommodate persons going to that match. And we were going to do a 5K run directly after the Independence Parade. So you run from Victor Park here all the way to the tarmac, Annisville tarmac, where persons would do a cool-down there. And then our activities would start at 10 a.m. at the Grammar School playing field, Kingstown. And then October 28th, from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., we do a soccer, netball, cricket, with some Creole and stuff like that, some food at the Golden Grove, P.T. Bodell, and Rosebank venues, and then in the North Leeward end. So that is basically the schedule. I know there are persons who are going to be saying, so what happened to my community? As I said, we narrowed it down to 6 towns and 1 Grenadine island just for this year, because it's just a launch pad. It's the first time we are doing it. But we are hopeful that next year we're going to cover as much communities as we can. As our theme represents our resilience, our fortitude, our people, our identity, Road to 45, I think this particular initiative highlights all of those phrases in our theme. And I would like to take this opportunity on the behalf of the Independence Committee and all the stakeholders to thank the government and all the sponsors who are going to be a part of this initiative. I think it's a very critical project. And while we are doing this, as my new role as the director of NCCP, National Commission on Crime Prevention, we are also going to be taking the positive message of preventing crime within our communities. Thank you very much and have a happy independence.
Thank you, Rodney, for sharing the information you just shared. I'm going to have Next, the a representative from the Medical Association, Dr. Lanester Cole, and we are always happy to have the Medical Association putting on the activities in the month of October. So let us get some details from Lanester.
Good morning, everyone. Protocol has been established. It's a pleasure to be here representing the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Medical Association. And it really is truly an honor to be invited so that we can share this information to the general public. All right? Some of our activities have actually already begun. However, in October, on this Friday, on the 6th of October, we have a radio program that is on NBC that would start at 8 to 8:30, and we would be discussing breast cancer. Also on that Friday, we would have our annual Pink Bake Sale that would be actually at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital right outside Accident and Emergency. All right? So you can come there, get a few sweet goodies, not too much because we can't encourage too much sweet intake. So come get some goodies. There are some pins. I have some on me right now that we have on sale. We have tote bags, we have caps as well that will be on sale. So you can come and celebrate with us, basically, on Friday. That would last from 10 in the morning until 1 p.m. that afternoon, or should I say until things last. On October 7th, which would be the Saturday, the very next day, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Medical Association, we will go down to Chateaubriand for the community health fair, and we will partner with St. Vincent and the Grenadines Red Cross for that one. We are basically highlighting healthy vision on that Saturday, as World Vision Day is actually on the 12th of October, so we kind of just slip in everything within there. There would be an ophthalmology team visiting as well from Renewed Vision, and they would be providing eye examinations. So persons within that community, they can come out and they can get some ophthalmologic assistance, attendance at that event. And that will be, to recap, on Saturday, October 7th. On October 13th, we have our annual Pink Cap City Walk and Rally. That's basically where we take our walk around through Kingstown. We usually start at Heritage Square. We will go to Bay Street, then come up to Higginson Street by Anglican School area. We go on Back Street, and then we finish at Heritage Square again. There at Heritage Square, we'll have our usual cultural rally. We usually have breast cancer survivors and everyone there giving information and sharing experiences that they would have gone through during that period. It will start, if my memory serves correct, at 3:30 in the afternoon. And we're usually assisted by police, and we'll have dance groups and so on participating with us. So basically, we just want to invite everyone as the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Medical Association to just come out during the Independence Month and let us celebrate breast cancer awareness. And we also encourage the celebration of prostate cancer awareness during our month of October. All right? So it is truly a pleasure to have been invited here on the 44th anniversary of independence. Just join us if you can. All right? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lanester. Next, we're going to have Miss SVG, Chairperson of the Miss SVG Beauty Shows Committee, Miss Avia Charles, to tell you what's happening with Miss SVG 2023.
Right, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Ezzy. I'm tired, I'll tell you that much. And that means we are a few days away from the highly anticipated Miss SVG pageant, which happens on October 7th. I know for many persons the date is also new. I see a face, a look of confusion, because you're probably used to it being on October, late October, considering we changed next year. last year, sorry, but very importantly, Miss SVG is happening this Saturday, 8 p.m. in Victoria Park. The red carpet event starts at 7 p.m. The contestants are on the home stretch. Preparations began for the pageant in February, March this year, and we have 9 contestants from across St. Vincent and the Grenadines, including, because there is a contestant that is originally from the island of Canouan, but she now resides in St. Vincent. We are ready. There are a few changes that we have done this year. More importantly, we have brought back the cultural wear element of the Miss SVG pageant. Last year, we focused on different elements of what makes us truly Vincentian, but this year, Calypso lovers, I know for sure, would love the introduction of this. We are paying homage to the Calypso industry. Each contestant will wear a costume that represents or is reflective of a Calypsonian, a local Calypsonian song. So that would be truly a twist to see how she interprets that song and what her cultural wear will reflect from that song. We are also splitting one of our categories this year. The Best Evening Wear segment will be split into Best Evening Wear and Best in Evening Wear. One of the things we've noted, we try to do as much as possible some reflection to see how we can continuously improve. We know for a fact that in the past there are some contestants that may have had the best evening wear but not necessarily carried it best. So we wanted to ensure that we are fair across the board. So we split that category. It is still the same 25 points, but you will of course learn more about the breakdown on the night of the show. There is also an introductory element of Miss SVG this year. Traditionally, it was done for many of you pageant lovers. You would know that in the past, the contestants would wear a costume and then they would have a speech. So there is an introductory piece that the contestants will be doing. We're somewhat looking at enhancing the Miss SVG show and ensuring that it meets international standards, or we are as close as possible to international standard. So when you come this year, you kind of get a Miss Universe type of feeling to the pageant. So we are looking forward to having you with us. Tickets are now $75. We're out of early bird tickets, and tickets can be purchased at Entice, Video Extreme in Kittles, Johnny's Barbershop in Georgetown, Janice Shop in Barley, Terrence Auto Care, VJ's, the Lotta booth at Peace Snow, Four Shells, and Chill Spot. And we also have VIP tickets available at $200 at Entice and VJ's Restaurant. So we do look forward to having you once again. Miss SVG is October 7th. Tell a friend, tell a family member, tell your neighbor to head on down to Victoria Park. The red carpet is 7 p.m. and the show starts at 8 p.m. sharp. And finally, I must add that we do have a treat in store for you this year. We're trying to do things a little different, and it is more on the latter half of the show, but you have to be there to see what that treat is. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Avia. You and your team has been putting in some hard work to ensure that Miss SVG 2023 will be a spectacular event. We know in the past we would have had steel pan being something that we see and hear only at carnival time, when bands are preparing for competition and on the night of competition. However, within recent time, we have seen the activities of the European movement has been increased tremendously. We have been having activities throughout the year. And to tell us about what's happening with the YPM, with their initiatives and what they'll be doing, we're going to have Chantel Lewis telling us what's happening with European movement and their activities.
Thank you, Ezzy. Good morning, everyone. Allow me to establish the protocol already established. What started out as a celebration of the steel pan instrument on August 11th, where the UN declared, World Steel Pan Day, has now taken a different direction for the steel pan art form here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The YPM has taken on an initiative dubbed In the Streets, a concert series focused on bringing communities together invoking and reviving community spirit. Our mission is to give each community something to look forward to and to create awareness and interest to the art form. We have taken the series and traveled to Barley, then on to the community of Mesopotamia, where we feature the top steel orchestras in the country. In each community, there was a display of unity, love, and camaraderie, all brought together by this wonderful instrument. We have received an outpour of support and a following as supporters have been moving along with us to the various communities that we have hosted these events. This speaks to the presence of the art form in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and serves as a reminder that Pan is alive and well. I would like to appeal to the business houses to give their support to this project because we would love to take this event to as many communities as we can. On behalf of the YPM executive, I want to thank the member bands and all the sponsors and stakeholders who have contributed to the past events put on by the movement. On Sunday, October 8th, we will be taking in the streets to South Rivers, where we would feature the Starlift Steel Orchestra, Symphonix Steel Orchestra, the Leaf Elite Steel Orchestra, Epic Sounds Steel Orchestra, the Sign Hill Euphonium, and the Southeast Steel Orchestra. The event is slated to begin at 3 p.m. and would also feature local guest appearances. I would now like to take this opportunity to invite the public and lovers of the art form to in the streets in South Rivers as we invoke the rhythm of the steel pan and bring communities alive. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And to keep it flowing, we're going to ask Captain Wilkins of the SVG Christian Council to share with us what their plans are during the month of October.
Morning, everyone. My name is Captain Wilkins. Even though you see I have Salvation Army uniform, but I represent Christian Council this morning. For the activities, we will have the church. As everybody know that in everything we will do in life, we cannot do anything without the presence of God. First of all, as usual, Christian Council will have the church meeting this year. Will be at a Kingston Baptist Church, the 22nd of October at 2 p.m. At 4 p.m. The activity, the person who will lead this meeting for this year will be Brother Moore from Methodist Church and Sister Bailey from the Salvation Army. For the church meeting, what we will have the national anthem first, and then we will have praise and worship, thanksgiving from the church gospel hall. We will have welcome by Pastor Richard Host Church. We will have remark by our Governor General. We will have also praise and worship from the Kingston Baptist Church. We will have also prayer. The prayer will have Church Roman Catholic will pray. We will have prayer for the state, peace and unity for the country will be Captain Wilkins. We'll have prayer also for family, youth, crime and violence, Pastor Aldenson, Seventh-day Adventist. We will have physical health prayer by Pastor Garam, Pentecostal Church. After that, we'll have instrument music, Old Testament Church. We will have also the New Testament Church. We will have lecture. Introduction of the speaker will be Bishop Stevens. Items by some of the other churches. The pastor who will preach in this meeting will be Pastor Mori from Anglican Association. And then we have the last song, God Bless Our Homeland, benediction will be Bishop Friday. So far, let me, on behalf of the Christian Council Church in St. Vincent Grenadine, I want to take this opportunity to invite all of you to take part with us the 22nd of October at 4 p.m. Kingston Baptist Church. Come and pray together and worship. The meeting will not be long. I am sure the meeting will be only 1 hour. May the Lord bless all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. And following that presentation, it's fitting that we have Ms. Candice Seeley sharing with you information on expression of empowerment.
Allow me to adopt the protocol already established. Good morning, everyone. I am actually here representing the Independence Gospel Explosion Committee in the capacity of public relations. On the 29th of October, SVG, we will all see a new experience, that of family-friendly entertainment and kid-friendly fun added to our independence celebrations. And that new experience is the Independence Gospel Explosion Family Picnic and Concert. Now, this new event is being brought to St. Vincent and the Grenadines by gospel artist Andres Bascom, who is here with us this morning, as well as New Life Promotion. It takes place on Sunday, October 29th at Warwick Recreational Park under the theme, We Are Many Families, but We Serve One God. Now, whilst we are celebrating independence, the Independence Gospel Explosion Committee wanted to create an event that shined the spotlight on the love and togetherness amongst families, churches, and communities, and emphasized the importance of non-violence. The family picnic and concert would be headlined by Vincentian International evangelist Bridget Blucher and Trinidad and Tobago gospel star Positive. In the spirit of celebrating 44 years of independence, the family picnic and concert will feature a total of 44 gospel acts ranging from poetry, dancing, praise and worship from 44 different churches, 44 different ministries across the island, including performances from locally based gospel superstars. And some of these superstars include Julicia Pope, Kewama, Andres Bascom, Gary Miller, and Otto Essien. Now, as the name suggests, there will be activities for families and for kids. So you can expect to see a kids' playground with entertainment and games, including obstacle courses, bouncing castles, ATV rides, bowling, and water slides, among other activities. The event will also feature regional acts such as DAJ out of Jamaica, Chantal from Trinidad and Tobago, and Nature Kid from Antigua. The picnic commences at 10, whilst the concert starts at 2 p.m. It will be a day filled with good, clean fun and rewards, because there will actually be prizes for the biggest family in attendance, the church with the biggest presence, and also the best dressed family. So we'd like to take this opportunity to encourage you to come and support, and we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.
That was Candice Seeley of Gospel Explosion. And now we're going to have the representative from An Expression of Empowerment, and that will be followed by Madungo Festival representative. So here we have the representative for the Madungo Festival.
Good day, everyone. protocol has already been established. Well, after all the talk about PAN and sports, I know there comes a time when you get hungry, and that is why I'm here today. We are currently working along with the Georgetown Secondary School to get a slogan for the festival. But until then, we say to you, the general public, let's go Madongo. As soon as you leave the Victoria Park, all roads should lead to Rabuka. To fill your tummy with Madongo and any other side you want, we have buljo, blackfish, shark, kongs, fry fish, and not forgetting fundri with steamed fish. Wow, that's something so yummy, eh? This year, we also will be offering portions of Need Madongo because the public have been asking us for years. So we will be portioning out the Madongo so you can purchase to take home for you to use because it can be stored in your refrigerator up to a year, 2 years, 3 years, whenever you want to use it. We would like to thank the general public for the ideas and the suggestions that you continue to give throughout the years to make Madongo Festival bigger and better. Let us continue to preserve our culture for the future generation. And Mr. Tajo Francis will be responsible for the entertainment part of the festival. We also want to thank our returning nationals because they have been our biggest support throughout the years as well. Madongo Festival 2023 at the Chatouillet National Park will be one where you will find good food, good company, and a lot of local vibes. We're looking forward to seeing you there. Thank you.
Well done, thank you. We're going to have next Mr. Michael John, who will speak of the plans for the Masters T20 soccer tournament. We heard Rodney speaking about soccer during his presentation that will be done at some of the events. So it's good to have Michael telling us what will be happening here at his event.
Thank you, Masters of Ceremony, members of the head table, viewing audience, colleagues. It's a pleasure for me here this morning to come and promote the ComSport second edition Independence Cup. This is a 7-a-side football competition, and it will be held at the ComSport Sporting Facility in Arnesville. That's right opposite Sol. As I said before, it's the second edition. Last year, we had teams from Barbados and St. Lucia, and it was really a thrilling experience. We are building a brand. I know football is one of the most popular sports in St. Vincent, and we are adding this to the independence package. The thing about this competition is more like a festival, whereby it's not just only football. You come and you enjoy food, you enjoy music, and of course you enjoy the ambience. The ComSport Sporting Facility is one of the newest facilities in St. Vincent, and it's a very nice place to come and hang out while you watch some sports. The other added attraction to this is that most of the games will be played under lights. And, so as Rodney said earlier on, most people busy working, and in the nights they have nowhere to go. Well, of course, this time you have the ComSport Sporting Facility where you could come and watch some lovely football. And I will tell you, although it is Masters football, we have a lot of past national players playing in the tournament. The defending champions is Hope International, and they are a very strong team, even the local club championship. The other teams are Sand Hill Masters. We have Rogers Photo Ola Boys. We have La Clary Masters from St. Lucia. We have North Leeward Masters, South Leeward Masters, and we have Sweaters. So we have a broad base of football players representing the entire country. So we were trying to get a team from the Grenadines, but they were unable to come this year. I should also mention that there will be $5,000 at stake. We speak in cachet and other prizes. I heard that there are $10,000, so we have the national event man. The winning team will take home $2,200, and the second place $1,200. The third place will take home $600, and we also have individual prizes for most goals and MVP, which is $150 and $200. We will also have other sponsors coming on board, but let me highlight the main sponsors. The main sponsors, ComSport, as you can see the brand here on my shirt. We have Computech, we have Hyundai Motors, and we have Video. So those are our 4 major sponsors, and we also having talks with other sponsors because, as I said, we want to make it a family affair. We want to give away, things at the games. So we are speaking to other sponsors so that we could make it a good event. I must say too, in closing, I noticed while 7-a-side football is not anything new to St. Vincent, I noticed that it's been spreading since we started that. And as a matter of fact, I saw someone is having an Independence Cup also, I think somewhere in Clare Valley. So I was saying to my team, we might have to patent that brand. But it's all well for the sport that it is spreading. So you might have several Independence Cup coming up maybe next year. But just remember, ComSport is the leader and the brand when it comes to 7-a-side Independence Cup. So I'm looking forward to see everyone there. There will be a small entrance fee, of course. The location, opposite Sol in Arnesville, same venue where where Hans had a big uptown party. So those people who might be wondering where is the venue, that's the same venue. So looking forward to see you there, and keep up the good work, the Independence Committee. From what I've seen here, we have quite a bit of activities over the Independence Weekend. Thanks for having me. Enjoy.
Thank you. Okay, Michael, thanks for highlighting that. So that would open the eyes of potential sponsors to consider putting some funds behind the National Independence Committee for the 45th anniversary. We heard about football, we heard mention of cricket, we heard of cultural activities, Madongo Festival, etc. But motorsports is alive and well in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we're going to call the representative of the Motorsports Association to share with you what they're doing for the Independence Weekend.
Good morning all, and thanks to the Independence Committee for allowing the St. Vincent Motorsport Association the opportunity to share with you our activities for our 44th Independence. My name is Jeremy Charles. I am the General Secretary for the association, and we are blessed in that we are a newly formed executive, and we took over from the now defunct Automobile Association to manage and handle motorsports in St. Vincent through all the different disciplines. Because a lot of persons might not know, but there are various disciplines in motorsports, and we are mandated to handle motorsports in its various disciplines through our clubs and enhance the sport. During our independence celebration, we'll be having foreigners that normally traditionally coming to take part in our motorsport activities. The features now of that is that we'll be having not just bikers, but we'll be having off-road, we'll be having audio, and we'll be having dragsters as well. So on the 26th of October, we'll be having a meet and greet at the Joshua Center parking lot. That's where the foreigners and the locals come together and they meet each other. That would be hosted by the St. Vincent Motorsport Association. On the 27th, we'll be having grid, which is like a dexterity. That will be done at the tarmac. The club that is responsible for that is Spark, and that will be from 8 to 6 p.m. There will be an island ride also on Friday. That will be done by the Island Ride. The St. Vincent Motorcycle Club, they would be the ones who would be doing the Island Ride. They would be meeting at Heritage Square, and that ride is throughout St. Vincent, as it traditionally always was. One of our audio clubs, 784 Audio, will be having a trip to Beckway, and that is the slated events for Friday. On Saturday, we'll be having Dirt Wars, which will be done by Off-Road Life Motor Club, and that will be from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and that will be done at Pembroke. Also on Saturday, we'll be having drags at the tarmac, and the feature of this drags for this year is that it will be taking the form of drags and a party vibe in the form of Rush and MRC Cars and Coolers event for Saturday. On Sunday, we'll be having the drags finals, because Saturday would take the form of a test and tune, and in finals on Sunday we'll be having the drags finals, which will be from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Sunday. The event for Rush MRC drag event on Saturday would start from 6 p.m. until. Sunday as well, we'll be having a sound clash at the tarmac as well. That will be starting from 9 until. So that is our list of events. I know in the past, motorsports has been labeled as, can be a little reckless. But the executive that has recently been formed, that's our mandate. That we bring motorsport to where it can be respected, and where our young individuals can look at the sport as something that they can get involved in. And so we have been mandated to handle all the different disciplines, and we would partner with the various associations and the entities to make sure that motorsport can be recognized as a mainstream sport, and it can get the respect that it deserves, and we would make sure that we'd work towards that happening. Thanks very much, everybody.
Thank you very much. We now call on the representative for the National Trust to share with you their information.
Good morning all, those present and those following us online. My name is Decima Hamilton, and I am presently the chairperson of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines National Trust. And for those of you who don't know where we operate from, I suspect you may be more familiar with what is called the Old Library. That's where we operate from, so you can contact us there. Today, I'm just going to share with you what our plans are for the month of October. There are a number of activities, and we begin just around the 14th with our Coastal Heritage Tour. It's a 2-hour trip, and we start in Barley. Generally, when there is a focus on heritage, you tend to stay on land. But we want to invite you to join us on the 14th. We begin at 9, and we go up north. Okay, of course, there's an operational charge. When you contact us at the office, 451-921, those details will be shared with you. So feel free to join us on our Coastal Heritage Tour on the 14th of October. On the 18th of October, we have invited our diplomatic communities to set up house within the National Trust headquarters. And so we are also extending an invitation to you to join with them and see what they do, how that helps to enhance what we do locally in St. Vincent. We have extended invitations to our school communities and a number of institutions, but that does not say that others are excluded. Just coming on the 18th, there is no entry fee. On the 19th, we have a very important activity which takes place in Chateaubelair at the Chateaubelair Methodist Church. There is a community consultation because there is planned ahead to share information on the Lasham, Wallaby areas, and we do have a team from the University of Glasgow who would be coming into St. Vincent to do some work. They would partner with the University of the West Indies as well as the National Trust will be an integral partner in that project. And so on the 18th, what we hope to do is to meet with the community to explain to them even before we begin what the ideas are and how we depend on those communities for the success of that particular project. So that takes place on the 19th. It begins at 5:30 in the evening, and we do not hope that it will go beyond 7:30. On the same 9:30, on the same 19th, we also have in the headquarters, we have visits from some of our communities and our other students, which would allow for further interaction between the public and the trust, because very often people, I think a number of Vincentians describe the National Trust as a group of old ladies who just don't have very much to do. Or we're trying very hard to see if we could get people to understand that without the trust, without you, the trust can't function. On the 20th, I know our colleague would have described all of the food activities that she has planned in her Madongo Festival. But the National Trust, we also are looking into our foods. It's called Journée Locale, and we do have a lot of our local vendors as well, vendors in food and vendors in other products that we consider to be local products. They will be there and they will be sharing. Again, it is not an activity that you have to pay for. So we take this opportunity to ensure that you know that you are invited. I believe that's it from the National Trust. So I do look forward to seeing all of you at one of our activities. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll be hearing now from Haviland, from Silk. They are having an activity and she'll share the details with you. And then that will be followed by the Ex-Teachers Association of New York and then followed by the representative from Amgine, Louis.
Thank you very much, Ms. Roberts. Good morning, everybody. My name is Haviland Gill. I am... You're not hearing me? My name is Haviland Gill. I am a member of Silk Band, counselor or science psychologist otherwise, and manager for One News. I hope that doesn't sound like too much. Dear members of the press and music enthusiasts, we are excited to announce the forthcoming Silk Expected Showcase, a groundbreaking event that promises to breathe new life into the music culture of St. Vincent. This press conference serves as a preliminary introduction to the event where we will unveil our plans, mission, and expectations. Silk Unexpected Showcase is to take place on October 28, 2023 at the La Vue Hotel in St. Vincent. This event has been meticulously curated to showcase the immense talent of young musicians in our community and to reignite the live band music scene that has long been cherished in St. Vincent. Our primary objective is to celebrate the vibrant music culture that St. Vincent has nurtured for generations. In these recent times, we have seen a shift towards digital music production and DJ-led performances, which, while exciting, have somewhat bring back the soulful essence of live music and provide a platform for emerging artists to shine. What would you expect coming to Silk Unexpected? Electrifying live band performances from both established and upcoming artists, a fusion of diverse music genres from reggae to jazz, soca to rock, showcasing the electric taste of St. Vincent, an immersive musical experience that transcends generations, uniting music lovers of all ages. Opportunities for networking, collaboration, and a chance to witness the future stars of St. Vincent's music scene. One of the aims that we really would like to push is to have young artists come in to have themselves being exposed. We like to expose young musicians. That's one of the genuine traits that I love about my band. If we can help, we will help you. Even if we have well-known artists there to perform, it's not going to be a case where you're going to see the usual performances. So you might see a soca artist singing a proper R&B song, again, unexpected. You never know, we could try to have our soca empress, to do a jazz song, but you would be surprised and you would expect the unexpected. There's 5 members in the band Silk, 4 of them are teachers, 5 if we include our co-member Brian, who is the saxophonist. They are teachers, and we see the disadvantage of having students in school who do not have basic needs to learn and how it affects them in the classroom. However, with this, we would like to take the profit that we make from this showcase and donate it to schools that have less fortunate students. We would like to invite you to be a part of this extraordinary event, whether you're a member of the press, a music enthusiast, or simply looking for a night of memorable entertainment. Silk Unexpected Showcase promises to be an unforgettable experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And I'll now call on the representative for the Ex-Teachers Association of New York. They are bringing to you a different experience altogether. Dr. Thomas Ambrose. He will be sharing with you information relative to their events. Dr. Ambrose.
Protocol has been established. However, I would like to say on behalf of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Ex-Teachers Association, a hearty thank you for us being represented here and to share with you what we are about. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Ex-Teachers Association is celebrating 40 years this year. Our motto is together for growth, to learn, to teach, and to help. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Ex-Teachers Association has meant different things to different persons over the years. Some know us as a philanthropic organization, others as educators, some as cultural enthusiasts, others as activists. Members of the association see themselves, however, as folk who need folk in an adopted land that 40 years ago was foreign and not always favorable for newcomers. Over the years, while we have used each other for support, we have left footprints that others have chosen to follow. Not unlike many of our counterparts, we have never forgotten from where we came. It is in our name, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Ex-Teachers Association, New York. After 40 years of existence, we are blessed to return home and excited to celebrate in our country, especially at this time of independence. Our celebration will take a week and a day, just prior to the week of independence. We are actively taking efforts to engage our fellow teachers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and fortuitously, Silk, you have 4 teachers, probably you are part of us. And also the education department. here we have a meeting with Mr. King tomorrow and his team, and he's actually involved in sponsorship of our events. I'll tell you about it now. After all, our member organizations in New York refer to us simply as teachers. On the 15th of October, we will worship at the Kingston Methodist Church, 7 a.m. service. The following day, we will visit with Dr. Gerald Thompson, one of our former presidents, and experience the mangroves and medicinal plants and items of interest in the Prospect area. On Thursday, the 19th, we will host a panel discussion on the subject, Social Media Today Creates No Greater or Lesser Challenge for Society than Radio and Television 60 years ago. Permit me to show you, here, our flyer. As usual, our panel discussion is expected not only to provide information, but to evoke introspection for all participants, especially listeners. Junior and senior members of our society with experience in media and history are expected to present food for thought as well, and provide opportunity for discourse among the older and younger ones among us. A local ex-teacher, not a member of our organization, but an ex-teacher, will be the moderator. The format of the presentation makes much room for contributions from the audience, since, in our experience, audience participation has profound impact for all. Refreshments will be available on location free of charge following the panel discussion. Did I say it's going to be held at French's house? Okay. On October 22nd, we will have our gala, which many consider our signature event. At this event, dress code is formal. Tickets are now available. By local standards, we know it is relatively expensive, but we are convinced this will be an experience which will be impactful and where attendees will feel worth more than twice the price of the ticket. Just as happened in New York, we were bold enough to have this event on a Sunday afternoon in the middle of winter in New York, January, and our patrons made us proud of it. So, we are eager to work with our teachers here and with the education department, because some of our members actually have plans to visit schools, and this we have to organize with the Department of Education, because of this is where they were previously worked or where they have an interest in their community. We are making every effort to engage responsible businesses and organizations to participate with us as sponsors and supporters. Our gala is worth every dollar. There are recommended levels of sponsorship which are available for businesses or organizations, and in light of the cost, we anticipate many sponsors will take the opportunity to teach their workers or selected customers to a ticket or two for the gala. Of course, we encourage everyone to get tickets early since this is a limited number of tickets available. Besides these events, we expect to be engaged actively in the community. In fact, with the permission of our membership who might be listening, and as we have done so often over 40 years, my president Jackson Farrell, who is sitting up front here, and I determined, and the young lady is gone, I'm glad she's not here to hear, we would want to offer a surprise gift of 2 tickets to our gala for the winner of the Miss St. Vincent pageant. So sometimes when you leave, you miss out. But she won't miss out. Also, in recognition of what we do, we mentioned the Madongo Festival. You know Jofat Sutherland?
He's our chairman.
He's our member. And we are recognizing him at our gala. And we are encouraging supporters of his to show themselves at that time. Also, Selman Walters, the former Consul General to New York, talk to him and ask him how much it's worth. So please, come on out, enjoy. I know there'll be a church service going on, and I do not wish to disrespect our brethren from the clergy and the church, because I'm a churchman myself. I love church. But as I said, there's a time for everything. And this is independence, and we are going to celebrate. Now, for those of us who want contact numbers, our President Jackson Farrell, his local number is 784, of course, 451-3010. My number at home now is 457-5211 locally. There are many of our members who are on their way. They will be coming down between now and then. So please feel free to contact us. Let us know how we can work with you, because we're coming back home not to show off, but to participate. And we hope by our engagement with the community, we will see new approaches to things that we have done, and we would be innovative as teachers. I thank you very much for the opportunity, and feel free to contact any of us. We are also online at SVGX Teachers. That's the link. I'm too old to be efficient with these things, unfortunately. So forgive me for not being as efficient with it. I'm a teacher and I'm learning, so bear with us. But we're there, and we look forward to engaging with you even immediately after this press conference. I thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Hermas Ambris. Herman Ambris, sorry. And on behalf of the Carnival Development Corporation, we'd like to thank you for the offer of the 2 tickets for the winner of Miss SVG 2023 to attend your activity or event. Thank you very much. I want to note that we have passed through over a dozen speakers so far, and we have done that within record time, a little over 1 hour. And we have been able to share information for over a dozen activities that would organization presenting activities on the Independence calendar. Is there anyone else here who would like to speak of their activity or event? It's open at this point.
I have just a quick line.
Okay.
It's a miscommunication of mine, and I was just coming here to have a meeting with either you or one.
Okay. All right. No problem. So we have a representative from Amjain present. They are having their color fete this Independence weekend as usual. On the 26th, they'll be hosting their color fete. And a number of other activities and events will be taking place outside of those you heard about, that we had speakers present to present their activities. At this point, I'd like to invite the media to ask questions. If you have any questions, now is the time that you can feel free to ask your questions and get some responses. Any questions?
Just for information. The venue for the gala luncheon is Spring Estates.
Okay. The venue for the gala luncheon is Spring Estate.
Yeah,
that's what we call it, Spring Garden. Yes. October 22nd. Yes, yes, at Spring Estate. Any questions?
The Lions Club public speaking competition. I could probably say a bit about it.
Yeah, sure.
I just pull it up on my phone here, being the vice president.
Well, let's state your position.
Yeah, because June is not here today. So we had the preliminary competition over the last weekend, and the 6 finalists, as you know, last week. I said weekend, you see. I'm ready for the weekend already. Right, so yes, I am the vice president of the St. Vincent Lions Club South. Michael John is the name. And I want to highlight to you or bring to you some information on our annual public speaking competition. I know this is a competition that is over 20 years old, and it's a very important competition within the secondary schools. So we have chosen the 6 finalists, and as I said, I'm doing this as an impromptu, and I know that is something that some of the students struggled with, so I'm going to try and do something better than them, or as equal. Okay, so the 6 finalists are Johnny Stowe, St. Vincent Girls High School; Christian Joseph, St. Vincent Grammar School; Kivisha Richardson, St. Joseph Convent, Kingston; Soren Phillips, Thomas Saunders Secondary School; Rihanna Ross, Mountain View Adventist Academy; and Lisa Robinson, Adelphi Secondary School. The final will take place on Tuesday the 24th of October, commencing at 7 p.m. at the Methodist Church Hall in Kingston. The topic that the students will speak on: unless criminals' proximity to power is reduced, their ill-gotten gains confiscated, and a culture of lawful fostered, the level of crime will remain unacceptable levels. So that's the topic they will speak on. There will also be a student-prepared speech, and there will be the impromptu topic. They will compete for prizes and trophies, and they will be vying for the Michael De Freitas Challenge Trophy. So I want to take this opportunity to invite the public to this finals. I mean, as I said before, it's something that is is a staple by now on the Vincentian calendar, the Lions Club public speaking competition. So, thank you. Thank you, Eddie, for this shot.
Thank you. Any questions from the media or from anyone present? You have no questions. I just want to mention the diversity of the activities listed. And this morning we went through, just to list some of them: Gospel Fest, Medical Association activities, Mrs. Fuji Pageant, Amjain Color Fete, motorsports activities, Vibe Out community activities, Best Village competition, Madongo Festival, Silk Band event, and the Ex-Teachers Association activities, amongst others. And we have here a couple of copies of the Independence Program list of activities. Thus far, persons can feel free to take copies. And just to mention that for the Best Village competition, for the folks who are interested, forms are available at the Department of Culture, at the CDC office, and we also have a link if you wish to get it. We can send it to you via WhatsApp if you contact the CDC office or the Department of Culture, so we can send that link to you. Okay?
There's a question.
Just one, let me.
Okay.
Sorry, I would like to just recognize Mr. Junior Bacchus of Century Insurance. He was so excited to support our events, even while we were in Vinci Day back in the US, back in August. So I know there are other organizations also.
Come forward. Come forward. I thought it was going to ask.
Yes. As I was saying, I want to recognize and congratulate and thank Mr. Junior Bacchus of Century Insurance. I think they are celebrating this year 50 years of their insurance company, and he was very enthusiastic and willing to support our event that's coming up. There are also other organizations. I think I can name a few people without getting bent out of shape. I don't have their permission, but I've been working closely, especially with the Minister of Education, Mr. King, and Mr. Mackey, the former minister in government. We are not a political organization. We don't choose sides, but we work with everybody. So I want to say off the bat, we are not political, but each person has their own political views, so we don't discourage people from thinking how they want to think. We also, Jackie, can I see what the ticket looks like for the function? Because it would be nice to just show the public. On the back of this is our crest, and the front of it is the ticket for the function. And again, we're looking forward to working with every entity, individual and collective, to make sure not just the gala, because many people are focusing on the gala, which is exciting and it's like an exclamation mark. But we're looking at the week, because there's a lot of education and excitement coming up there for us here to interact with our folks at home. Thank you.
Yes, Koja, you were asking a question?
From the Sports Association, normally we like to make sure that the bikers, for example, they
okay, come
here. And so on.
So you could yes, question.
Yeah, from normally when the bikers come in here, some of them behave reckless on the road and so on. Do you organize make measures to produce?
Yes, we're partnering with the police so that, once they come into the country, we explain to them what is expected of them on the roads. Because we have a lot of events where they can come in a safely confined area if they want to do an exhibition on whatever motorcycle they have or car they have. In terms of on the road, right, we're strongly prohibiting all forms of stunts on the road with respect to the motorcycles. Because we have, as I said before, we have enough events where they can come in a safety setting, in a control setting, where they can come and exhibit their brand of stunts and motorsports and so forth. Yeah.
Okay, at this point I'd like to say thank you to the media and for the representatives of the different organizations that came today. I think we have been able to share a lot of information. So remember our independence celebration this year under the theme, our resilience, our fortitude, our people, our identity. Road to 45. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.